welcome back to Sai SS Academy. This is me Ashwati. Today I am going to take the first chapter of the political science class 8. The chapter's name is the Indian Constitution. Okay, before discussing about the constitution, I have to talk you about some games. Today I am going to discuss about the football. That means you don't think that I am going to play football today. Yes. Look, like the name indicates, the football, it is playing with the foot. That means the players have not any right to touch the ball with the hand except the goalkeeper. Isn't it? Like that, many other plays are there. Cricket, hockey, basketball, a lot of games are there. And all these games are following some fundamental rules. Like that, these fundamental rules are becoming the constitutive rules of the games. Like this, many rules are there for the societies also. Why these societies are following the constitutive rules means, then only when these constitutive rules are coming there, then only that society is differentiate from other kind of societies. And from where these constitutive rules are coming? Is it by the individual? No, it is consensus. What is the meaning of consensus? Consensus means CON, SCN, SCOS. What is consensus? Consensus means opinion reached by a group. Got it? There are consensus. That means some constitutive rules are reached by a group. And today, all the modern countries have a written document of this consensus. Written document of this consensus, and this is called the constitution. So what is constitution? The written document in which we find the constitutive rules is called a constitution. Got it, children? And why this constitution and how it came? That is next I am going to discuss. Yes, listen. How it came? That means we know our country was ruled by the Britishers, isn't it? And after that the freedom movement came there, and all are struggling for getting the freedom. Yes or no? Yes. And we know some groups are there, International Congress, isn't it? So in 1934, INC, the International Congress, made a demand. Okay, that means the freedom movement is going on. Okay, and they have a plan that we are going to get the independence. Okay, so in 1934, International Congress made a demand in 1934. In 1948, they gained a momentum. Gained a momentum means it got a push, and okay, it was allowed. And between December 1946 and 1949, they drafted a constitution. That means it took 3 years for this Constituent Assembly to make a constitution. Okay. Next, I am going to discuss about why a country need a constitution. Okay, why a country need a constitution? Today, most countries in the world have a constitution, while all democratic countries are likely to have a constitution. Yes, that means all the democratic countries have a constitution. But here one important point is there, all the democratic countries, that means it is not necessary that all the countries have a constitution are democratic. That means the countries, whoever has a constitution means that all countries are not democratic. Got the point, children? Next I am going to discuss about the purposes of the constitution. Yes. Ideals that form, first point, ideals that form the basis as citizens aspire to live in. That is the first purpose, to have a constitution. What do you understand by this? That the ideals that form the basis as citizens aspire to live in. What is the meaning? That means constitution tell us what the fundamental nature of our society is. Got it? That means the constitution tell us what the fundamental nature of our society is. That is the first. That means we should have to follow a constitutive rule. Got it? For that is the first purpose for having a constitution. A country is usually made up of different communities of people who shares certain beliefs but may not necessarily agree on all issues. That means a society is made up of different types of communities, and they share certain beliefs and may not necessarily agree on all issues. A constitution helps and serve as a set of rules and principles that all persons in a country can agree. That is why we are making constitutive rules, I told you. it is the opinion of a group of people? No. That means if the country has a constitutional rule and the rule says that and the rule helps the people to follow certain principles and all the country will agree on it. Got it, children? That is the first purpose. Okay. Okay, so we can discuss about the country Nepal. Till recent, Nepal was a monarchy. Till recent, Nepal was a monarchy. The previous constitution of Nepal adopted in 1990. Before that 1990, there was a constitution for Nepal, but the final authority rested in the king. At that time also, the final authority was the king. So, the people's movement in Nepal fought for several decades to establish democracy. This was not approved by the people. So, they fought for several decades to establish democracy. In 2006, they succeeded. After several decades, they got success. People have to write a new constitution to establish Nepal as a democracy. After their succession, that means in 2006 they succeeded. After that, the people decided to write a new constitution to establish Nepal as a democracy. It is very interesting to say about Nepal because till recent Nepal was a monarchy. They had a king rule. Okay, the previous constitution of Nepal in 1990 adopted that the final authority rested in the king. The people's movement in Nepal fought for several decades to establish a democracy. In 2016, they finally succeeded in putting an end to the powers of the king. Now the people have to write a new constitution to establish Nepal as a democracy. Why? Why they have to write a new rules? Because the previous constitution does not reflect the ideals of the country that they want Nepal to be. Okay, they have not any ideals in their former the constitution. That is why they want to write a new constitution. Now you got the point. Ideals that form the basis as citizens aspire to live in. Now you got the point, no? Ideals that form the basis as citizens aspire to live in. Isn't it, children? Yes. So, next point. The second purpose of having a constitution. To define the nature of a country's political system. What is it? To define the nature of a country's political system. Okay. That means in countries that have adopted a democratic form of government, we people choose our leaders so that they can exercise power responsibly on our behalf. That means we are electing them, isn't it? That means in countries that have adopted a democratic form of government, we people, we choose our leaders. We people choose our leaders and they can exercise power responsibly on our behalf. However, there is always the possibility that these leaders might misuse their authority. We are electing them, okay, but these leaders, there is a lot of percentages there. That means they might misuse their authority. So, the constitution often lays down rules that guard against this misuse of the authority by our political leaders. Got the point? That means the constitution, yes, the constitution guard against this misuse of the authority. Got it? By our political leaders. Constitution guarantees the right to equality to all persons. No citizens can be discriminated against on the grounds of religion, race, caste, gender and place of birth. Got it? This is the other thing. That means the constitution guarantees the right to equality to all persons. It will not allow to discriminate against on the grounds of religion, race, caste, gender and the place of birth. That is also a purpose. Got, children? Okay, children. Next, the constitution ensures that a dominant group does not use its power against other less powerful people or groups. Got it? What do you understand from this? Yes, I am going to say an example of the boys and girls of the class together. They went to the this playground at their PT period. Got it? And the PT master is there. Okay. The boys said that they have to play cricket, but the number of boys are more than the girls. And the girls said that no, we want to play the basketball. But here the boys didn't allow it. They shouted and they said, no, we want to play the cricket. At last what happened? Here the PT master came and he gave consent for the boys to play the cricket. Why? Because they are more in the group. Isn't it? They are more in number. So, these same thing, such unhealthy situations can occur in the democratic societies too. The constitution will not allow these rights in the society. That there the PT master allowed the boys to play the cricket, but it happened in the school PT ground. Actually, the democratic societies, it will not happen. Why? Because the constitution usually contains rules that ensure that minorities are not excluded from anything. Got it? Now, this is also a reason why we have a constitution to prevent this domination by the majority of a minority. Got it? Understood? Yes. Okay. From the above discussions, I think you people understood that the purpose of the constitution and the constitution plays a very important role in democratic societies. Isn't it? Okay, children. Okay, children, I think you understood whatever topics I took today. Next, we are going to the key features of the Indian Constitution. That I will take on the next video. Okay, I hope all of you understood it, and please keep on supporting me and subscribe my channel. Thank you.